2 months before I was supposed to join medical school, I lost my mom. Being the firstborn in a single parent home, everything was on me. My younger sister was in class 8 and I'm just about to join medical school. And at that point, everybody looks up to you. Do I go back to school and my sister suffers, or do I just not go to school and I take care of my sister? On my way to Moi, that's when I was opening my letter, my admission letter. I had never had a moment to open it because life just happened. So here I am dealing with the emotions of losing my mom, leaving my sister and feeling like I'm abandoning her, and then I have to now get used to this idea of you're going to medical school, and that was something because you get to med school and no one cares. You're in medical school, tomorrow we are starting this course. The next day, I was literally a zombie. I was lucky enough to get help, but now this is money I had to apportion because I have a sister to take care of, I have myself to take care of. I was really struggling with some financial decisions, and a friend of mine came and told me, Charity, why don't you apply for the Mwangaza scholarship? And she explained to me what it's about, and she told me the process. And I remember I was called in by Dr. Mayamu, and she talked to me and she's like, tell me your story. And for the first time, someone wanted to listen to my story, and it was like, wow. I broke down because no one had ever asked me my story. That's how I got Mwangaza scholarship, and it was a life changer for me. Because now I didn't have to be a financial manager, and I could just be a student. So Mwangaza took care of me, and my help took care of my sister. I just relaxed, and now I started taking in medicine, and I started understanding medicine, and I loved it. Lucky for me, there were job listings. I applied and I was called for the interview, and I got the job. And that was, I think for me, the beginning of a life-changing career. I worked in both the HIV program and the NCD program. And then I met Joe, and I think for me, meeting Joe was a life changer because you get to see doing medicine a different way. He challenged me and keeps challenging me because Joe is an eternal optimist. Joe will believe in you even when you don't even believe in yourself. And the things Joe has pushed me to do, sometimes he's the voice in my head like, yes, but why can't I do it? And I go ahead and I do it, and I was like, oh my God, that old man was right. I have loved working in Ampath. I was one of the students who got to go out for the exchange program. So when I was in 5th year, I went to Indiana. It was also life-changing for me in one way, eye-opening, because then you get to see healthcare from a first world perspective, and you see the possibilities that could be if we had systems that were working. And you come back home and you're like, I want to be the agent of change. But sometimes the problems are so big, and then you realize you don't have to change everything. You can just change something bit by bit. When I was a registrar, I went to Duke. Again, eye-opening, because now this is a different level of training. You get challenged by these working systems. All these things have kind of driven me to wanting to change the systems. Hopefully, I can actually get a chance to do that with time.
Dr. Charity Wambui Kanyoro, while studying in the School of Medicine, benefited from the Mwangaza scholarship, her entire training, the tuition part of the scholarship, which made a big difference in ensuring that she had smooth training through and through. This propelled her into not just completing on time, but also building her leadership skills that she has since used and utilized it so well up until this time. She has provided so much program work in Ampath. She has been a great mentor in the clinical areas, as well as providing apprenticeship for our students at undergraduate level. Those are the medical students, as well as the residents that come in to train in that area.
When Ampath says leading with care, we actually lead with care. And like if you work in any of the programs in Ampath, you realize it's primarily about the care. Fine, there's research, but the research comes out of it. It's naturally born from having all these care programs. And I like that there are so many innovations to change people's lives, to improve people's health. And it has birthed so many excellent clinicians, excellent researchers, just being in this working environment. It's with working with Ampath, working with these programs, that you appreciate the need for system change. And that's what now I'm passionate about, like just changing the system and the mindset so that people, funders, policymakers can prioritize health and just see the patients from where we see them from. I love working here. I love working in Ampath. I love the capacity to grow. I wish my mom would be here to laugh at me because she'd be like, I told you so. I told you so.